Good evening, good evening. Apologies for the lateness. YouTube just, I don't know, likes to complicate things for no reason at all. Apologies for being so late. Good evening, welcome back to TOGA Motorsport, live coverage of round 3 of the Backward Championship. Now, let me know how the sound is, how the audio is, and we'll be good to go. I will explain how the championship works. It's a little bit different, but it's crazy and it works and it's awesome and it really shows a lot of good racing. So, good evening Zanes, how you doing? Owen, glad to see you in, just like when you make my... Absolutely. Hit that like button if you haven't already, I really appreciate it. There's going to be a ticker on the bottom of the screen to tell you every couple of minutes. We're also on Discord, we're on social media, anything at all. So, let's get going. We have got 4 minutes until the race and I've got some things to get through. So the Backwards Championship, how it works, the drivers qualify on Thursday night, okay? They get awarded for the position they finish in after the qualifying. When it comes to race day tonight, the grid is reversed. So technically your fastest car is at the back and the car that came last goes to the front. This then creates some amazing stuff. It's a bit low. Okay, how's that? Is that any better? I don't want to blow anybody's eardrums off, especially when I get excited about the racing. So yes, so the grid's reversed and this produces some amazing racing. You've got the fast cars at the back trying to get through, racing each other, but trying to get past people as well at the same time. I've got a fan on in my room, so let me know if it starts interfering with the mic. George, good evening. How are you? Alex Hertz, it's good to see you in. Told you, Alex, you get a P1 in the Audi and I'll do a dance for you. You wouldn't be able to see it, but you know. Right, so that's that. I do actually have a little list. I'm actually quite organised tonight, I have to say. I'm trying to be better. So, we are also partnered with YouTube now, and that means you can become a member of the YouTube channel. You can do super chats, you can do loads of different things. So, if you want to support the channel, you want to support the Discord, you want to support the racing, that is one main way of doing it. Plus, what we are now going to do going forward, any videos we're going to release, members will get 24 hours of the video prior to the video going live to the public. Now that's a little thank you from TOGA to you, and it means that you're in a little elite club as such. So it really is worth doing that if you can. I'm going to have a very quick look at the qualifying results because they were interesting. I'll do the qualifying results and then I'll do the standings of where the drivers are in the championship. So, and again, this is from last night, the qualifying, and the results are as follows. Mr. Owen Cripps, P1. Elias Fernando, P2. Third place was Arnold Cassing. Fourth, Bruno Bataglan. Fifth was Tippy Boss. Sixth was Airy. Seventh was Darren Williams. Eighth, Chris Lim. Ninth was Hayden, the boss, the gaffer, whatever you would like to call him. And 10th place was Daryl, a longer name. So that is the how it's looking. Now, if we just pull up the standings include the qualifying that's happened, if that makes sense. So everything I'm about to read out to you is up to date to this very second. So Elias in P is first place, Owen is second, Jean-Sebastian Kasinga is in third, Gwynal Garol is fourth, Bruno Bataglan fifth, sixth is Stephen Hood, seventh is Veal Vuranon, Darren Williams in eighth, Airy Fasttail in ninth, and 10th place is Chris Lim. So this is going to be exciting. This is really going to put the cat amongst the pigeons, I think is the old saying. So let me know if you have a driver who's your favourite. Let me know if you have a particular person that you're rooting for or you expect or hope to win. If I was a betting man, I would put some money on Owen Cripps winning this. You have a favourite driver? Who's your favourite driver, Zanes? We've got 17 seconds left, so we're going to go straight from free practice straight into the race. There's obviously no qualifying, and we are going to race and see how it goes. Owen, you need to win, and Fernando needs to have a bad race or he's won a championship. Yeah, it is. It's certainly looking that way, isn't it? Right. Have a look at Tippy Boss, since he's kind of middle of the pack at the moment. And we're going to go here. So a formation lap. So there'll be a full lap round, and then we'll be for the rolling start. I'm actually going to focus on Owen just now because Owen has a new livery. Unfortunately, I can't see it just now, really. But if you are interested, Psycho, how you doing? Good to see you in the chat, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Evening, Daryl. Owen, good luck with the stream. Thank you very much. Good luck with the race, Owen. I'm sure you will do well. I'm sure you will do well. Zane's Mac is your favourite driver. My goodness. That's a lot of pressure. You've seen me drive. Your video was at 240p, that's why you couldn't read it. If you are having issues on mobile phone, the stream is coming at 1440p, but if you're kind of struggling or you got mobile data, then please go into the COG, go to quality and set it to 720p or something like that. There's going to be less data used, and also it might be a little bit clearer for you as well. You're supporting Tippy, let's go Tippy. Do you know what? I don't know if you were in the chat last time, Psycho. Every time I go to look at Tippy, something happens to him. It is literally the commentator's curse for him, and I'm worried about having to look at him tonight. So, you're well? Oh, awesome, Psycho. Good to see you, mate. Thank you very much, Psycho. It's much appreciated. Now, I have raced against Owen, and I've raced against Tippy Boss, and they are two very quick drivers. Owen, who is not only staff, is also a steward in the Discord and in the race. Owen is also doing coaching for people within the Discord who are in a championship and have a car set. So it's not a case of you can choose any track, any car, and Owen will give you coaching. You need to be in the championship, and you need to be driving in that car for whatever race is coming up. And it's only fair, then everybody has an opportunity to coach. Owen is very good. I had a 30-minute coaching session earlier on this year or last year, and he took 2 seconds off my time. So the livery's been uploaded, looks amazing, and that moves me on beautifully to my next part. Airy Fasttail, who is currently 5th in the Aston Martin there. Airy has fantastic skills when it comes to livery. So Airy is very kindly making liveries now. No, I'm not saying it's flash the lights. I'm not saying that it's free. Airy, you know, it's his own time and things like that, but it's very reasonably priced. If you're in the community, if you're in Discord and you would like one of your own livery, custom livery, then please look into, I think there's an actual section in Discord for Airy's work. Airy's done work on his own car, Tippy Boss, I believe, Owen's car, and also the Gaffer's car. Now I'm trying to see where the Gaffer's car is. He's second at the moment. Let's just see. He's in the BMW. Wow, look at that livery. Oh, that just makes that car pop. Airy, you have done a phenomenal job. Looking so good. Now unfortunately Hayden didn't have a great qualifying, so he's currently 2nd place, so this is going to be a good test for him to see what happens. Zanes, what do you think of all those cars you saw? Yeah, they're stunning cars and stunning pictures. Pictures very, very clear. Was that just all on your mobile phone? What do you mean you can't? Oh, have I still got that up? Sorry, I'm still trying to learn the craft. I do apologise. I do apologise. Okay, right. Now let's head back, and as I say, we'll focus on Owen at the moment, and we're going to go into the probably helicam for the start, just to see. So we'll be able to see ahead of Owen, and we should hopefully be able to see behind him anything that's going on. So let's see. Yeah, sorry, apologies. I will get there. The problem is I've got race control over the top of OBS. I've got two screens on my gaming PC, so try and have everything running all at once is it takes a little bit of getting used to. So bear in mind this is only my second week doing commentary for TOGA Motorsport, which I feel very, very privileged and proud of. So, like I said again, escape, drive. Being taught while they're getting ready. So here we go. We are getting ready for the green light. Davida, good evening, my friend. How are you? We are ready. 45 minutes of pure racing. We go, 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 go. Oh no! That's a terrible start. Oh, Daryl longer name is losing places, hemorrhaging places. Look at them, they're fourth. Almost 5 abreast going into the first corner. There's contact there. It looks like contact with Owen and a few others as Ferrari spun it at the end. However, we have Hayden way out in the front just now in the BMW. Looking good now. I don't know. There are live stewarding, I believe, tonight. So if any incidents happen, then it will be looked at. Obviously, Owen and things like that won't be stewarding. So at the moment Hayden is just controlling himself and getting himself into a rhythm. Now we can already see Owen looks like he's going for 4th place. He's taken 4th place. He's passed Airy, Fast Tail, so he's now lining up Lim in 3rd place. This will be interesting if we end up with a battle between Owen and Hayden. George, he was second. He was second on the grid, so yeah, he managed to escape everybody and all the issues. So hard braking into the hairpin, and now they're going a bit wide there. Tippy Boss looks like he might come for him now. Remember, the tyres still won't be at optimum temperature or pressures at the moment. So yeah, look at Owen. He's absolutely under that wing of the McLaren right this very second, into the chicane, and it looks like Hayden's under a bit of pressure as well from Daryl. So let's have a look, see if that Ferrari can get a little bit of a slipstream coming down. Yeah, I think at the moment Hayden's okay. I mean, that the power of the BMW is going to make sure he's doing okay. Owen is now up into 3rd place. Oh, and the McLaren spun from Lim. Oh my goodness. Let's have a look and see what happened here. Side by side, Owen's got the advantage there. Oh, Airy just clips him in the braking zone. Oh no. You can see Airy a bit of etiquette there where he's slowed right down, but a little look there from the Ferrari as Hayden turns the car into the left-hander now. All over the wing of that BMW. Now remember, some cars will be suited for better from some sectors. Oh, and he's passed! Hayden's went wide on that. Hayden absolutely gifted that, and he's now got Owen breathing down his neck. This is absolute pressure for Hayden. How's he going to cope with this? Owen not quite close enough, but Hayden having to go defensive already. Oh, he's almost got up the side of him. Oh, if he was a little bit closer, he would have had the inside line to the right hand. Tippy Boss is right behind Owen, sniffing for a bit of action there as well. This is all getting very close. You have the top 6 cars very, very close. Oh, the Ferrari goes very wide there. Williams, oh, they're all bunching up now. This is going to really tell when it comes down to the first corner. Now, look! The Ferrari of Owen just getting past, getting a better drive out the corner, and Owen moves up into 2nd place. Hayden's looking, defensive for Owen there. Hayden having to switch back onto the racing line again. That pushes Owen off the racing line slightly, but he's experienced enough to be able to adjust himself. But now Hayden's got Tippy Boss all over him, and there's a couple of cars behind just waiting for something to happen. So it looks like Tippy Boss has got a great drive out that corner. Side by side coming up. Owen's now already on the back of the lead Ferrari, just waiting, taking his time. He knows he doesn't have to force that issue. No, we're now 3 wide, coming out the corner. Tippy Boss side by side with Hayden, but Hayden's got the inside line, he's got the racing line. Is Tippy Boss going for the switchback now? And Tippy Boss looks like he's going to end up losing to Ing in that Lamborghini. This is what close battling is all about. Hayden going wide again. That corner seems to be a real nemesis for him just now, but that is losing him time. And then lose time from that corner, you lose time onto this straight as well. So Hayden really in trouble now. Owen having a little look there again, just showing himself into the mirrors of the Ferrari. And, a little bit of respect shown there, but Hayden again going wide. He had to readjust himself there, trying not to take himself out or Ing behind him as well. So Ing and then Fernando and the McLaren behind. So this is really looking like a real battle, and I think this battle could go on for quite some time. Owen just biding his time, but look, the Ferrari Williams going quite shallow. That's going to cost him time going down the start-finish straight. It looks like Owen's got the slipstream. He moves out. Did he move out a bit early there? This is Ferrari on Ferrari. Now it's all about setup. Does Owen have a lower wing? And now side by side coming into the first corner. No one... Oh, and Owen squeezes it past. Owen up into first place. Can he now disappear off into the distance? Because this is exciting stuff. Look at the gap that's already been made. And it looks like Ing has got past Hayden whilst Owen has got past as well, and it looks like that McLaren of Fernando is just going to take that again. Hayden is now slipping down into what looks like will be 5th place now, and he's already got Tippy Boss breathing down the neck. He's hoping that with Hayden having to move off the line, that's going to give him an opportunity. Tippy Boss looks like he's coming back with a wider line coming into that corner, and again you can see the Ferrari just all over Hayden. This is real pressure. This is pressure, and we're only 7 minutes into the race. Hayden has not had a chance to breathe at the moment, so he's looking a bit wide going round there. I don't know if he's had to ease off the throttle there, but he's certainly looking like Tippy Boss is absolutely belting down here. It looks like he's got the inside line, but Tippy Boss backs out of it. Again, Tippy's not a silly enough driver to just send it from so far back. But we're now side by side. Hayden again with the inside line. But he has to go wide there because he's had to change his racing line. And Tippy Boss will just look like he's side by side going into this right-hander. Oh, Hayden goes wide again. There are 3 or 4 cars. Oh, this is all looking a bit into the chicane. Too wide. What is going on? Nobody has read the race rules here. Look, oh, the Ferrari went really wide there. It looked like he was trying to avoid contact, but oh my goodness. Hayden is hemorrhaging places like no man just now. He's got a BMW behind him of Garul, who looks like he's wanting to take a place, but it looks like we have the Pradco. Now, Pradco is now becoming a bit of a... Oh, he's went wide there now. That's not going to help him. He's been in the rookie season championships, and he is doing so well. He's very quick. And it looks like Stephen Hood very close on the inside of that Aston Martin just now. Let's go back and see. And it looks like Stephen Hood has got past. Now, a little bit of intelligence for Pradco here is that Stephen Hood has got new pedals. I don't know if he's switched back over to his V3 pedals, but he's been having issues with the pedals, getting used to them and things like that. Now, Hayden is under so much pressure here. Is this going to be a move? And remember, this has not been a good corner for Hayden. Oh, he's... Looks like he's fighting the car there really hard just to try and keep it on the line. He's a little bit of a gap, so that's going to help him down here. Stephen Hood is sniffing at the back of that BMW of a Battaglan. Look at this. Hayden having to go. Oh, it's so wide. Dearie me, Garul. Oh, Hayden's come off. Absolutely breaking himself. And he's now... Oh, dear. He's down to 10th place. Hayden is having a bit of a nightmare with this race. And again, Barcelona is not an easy track. Let's not forget that. This is a real battle. So, having a look at Owen. Look at the gap he's got. He's got 4.3 seconds before Ing. Ing has managed to move himself past Williams up into second place and really trying to make sure he gets that Lambo as far away from the Ferrari as he can. Owen's probably watching some Netflix just now, or maybe reading a Hayes manual or something like that. I don't know what he's doing, but he's just running away with it. So Fernando, I mean, he's not quite close enough yet to Williams, but if Williams ends up battling with Ing, then that's going to play into Fernando's hands. Now remember, Fernando and Owen are really fighting for this championship. Owen desperately needs, as he alluded to, for Fernando to have a nightmare of a race. Fernando doesn't need to push. Fernando doesn't need to be super aggressive. He has the upper hand at the moment on Owen. But here we're back with the battle again. Pryko all over the back of the BMW. This is a 5-car train just now, and Stephen Hood's doing really well in that Aston Martin, especially if he does have his new pedals on. Absolutely. Oh, Pryko getting a bit sideways there. That's going to cost him time, and he can't afford time because Hayden looks like he's ready to take that place back. And going. That wasn't actually too bad. I thought he'd maybe outbraked himself, but that was good driving from Pryko there. Again, is there a bit of damage on that Mercedes? Has he had a bit of a tangle? But yeah, Stephen Hood is really looking like he wants past Gurul. He's eyeing this up. He's getting close enough, but is that Aston Martin going to be enough to pull ahead? Oh, this Bataglan has just absolutely went straight off. I don't know if Bataglan's had a disconnect or had a hardware issue, but didn't take the corner, just straight off the track. Poor Bataglan. Oh, and look at this. Stephen Hood. Gurul really having to go defensive, putting him off the racing line now. Stephen Hood's kind of smelling the chance of taking this 6th place now. Oh, the BMW behind the Bataglan is all over the place. Is Stephen just looking to see if he can get a little bit of a chance just to fill the mirrors of the BMW again and put him under pressure. This is playing into the hands of everybody behind Hood at the moment. Again, Pryko, very good driver, very sensible, but again, going a little bit wide there. That's going to cost him a bit of time. Not able to get up behind the wing of the Aston Martin quite as well as you would like. And Stephen Hood really beautiful out of that corner. What a beautiful exit. And look how close he is. Look at this. Again, Gurul going defensive, but it's just sticking in the middle of the track at the moment. Is Hood going to try and do a switch back here? Try and get back. Oh, Pryko! Oh! And Gurul is off. And unfortunately, has that been contact? Is that why Stephen stopped? Oh my goodness. That has released Pryko. Pryko is now 7 seconds behind Tippy Boss, but it's this BMW Bataglan right behind. And Bataglan's off. Oh my goodness. There's more cars cutting grass than there is on the track at the moment. Dearie me. Let's have a look at Williams and see what he's up to, because he looks quite close to Fernando. Not quite close enough to start giving him any issues, but Dvorak behind Hayden. Now, is Hayden going to lose another place here? Hayden's back up in 7th thanks to the kind of issues that's been going on so far. A few driver errors, a few oversteers that has really cost some of the drivers. Now Hayden looks like he's maybe got himself into the rhythm. When you're battling so hard in the first 7 minutes of your race, you are fighting multiple cars. You cannot get into a rhythm. You cannot get into... Oh, that Ferrari really all over the place. And Hayden is just trying to get away from him. But that was a massive oversteer moment there. Alright, Ollie, no problem at all. Yep. I'll do that in a second. If they can stop the action on the track, I might actually be able to do something. Bear with me a second and I'll get that for you. Oh my goodness, Stephen Hood is really pushing. He's just looking for Battleon to do something like that. Oh, that is not the optimal line, but when you've got an Aston Martin breathing down your leg, no, it's getting squirrely for the BMW. Stephen is... Oh. Has that Aston Martin got the legs on the BMW? He's close, he's got the toe. Look how close he is at the moment. He's going for it. Battleon is not going defensive, so this looks like Hood may just take this. Well done to Stephen Hood for taking that place. Right, bear with me a second while I try and do many things all at once. It's a little bit tricky. Okay, Ollie, that should be you. Are you wanting to jump in and let me know when you're in, or... 31 degree, on track, rip tyres. Sorry that I've missed so many messages. This has been so exciting so far. We still have a huge battle going on. There's multiple battles on the track. I'm just trying to see which ones to jump to, and I don't know about you, but it's 29 degrees in Glasgow. I'm not built for this kind of heat. Airy looks like he's trying to get close up in Garul now. He knows that if Garul gets close enough to Longer Name, he's going to... The battle that goes on, Airy is hopefully going to just get in there and take over that place. Owen is now 8.7 seconds ahead. Fastest lap, a 1:43.942. Let me know once you're set up, Ollie, and I'll get you going. Things have settled down a lot, but we've got Vorak, who is all over the back. Looks like, is he having a look? Is he going for this? No. I think he was just trying to put... Oh, and he's spun! Oh! Is he going to keep the place? Is he going to keep 8th? But look at the train behind him. There's so many folk baying for his position. Hayden has... I don't know if that's just... Hayden should maybe put a lottery ticket on tonight, because that was a good bit of luck that he had there. Vorak has now went from hunting down, gaining a place, to possibly losing multiple places here. And Garul goes for it. Whoa, it's a lunge, and there's contact. A bit of door bashing going on there. Oh my word. What do we think in chat? Was that a racing incident? Would you mark it down as a racing incident if you were a steward? Hello.
Good evening. How are you, mate?
I am very good. Sorry I didn't see your message earlier on.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I've literally just got back in the door from work about 20 minutes ago. So
right, okay.
ready for some brilliant racing. As I can see, we've got a relatively big pack down at the bottom end of the points.
Yes.
These guys are all fighting along. I'm sure that's what you've been watching along with the last couple of laps.
Yep. It's been close battles all over the place. There's been a few driver errors, which has cost obviously a lot of time for them, but I mean, for me, the drivers are all quite close in skill set, which means you get battles like this for 45 minutes. I mean, we're almost halfway through the race now, and you know, the battle as if it's the first lap.
Here we go. Move there.
Stephen up on the
inside.
inside.
The inside of Fasttail. I don't know, everyone.
Oh, Aries went off. Oh.
Yeah.
Bit of
Aries
oversteer.
goes around there. A little bit of oversteer. Possibly maybe some contact with the other Aston Martin car, the number 77, but I'm not going to speak on that if I don't know. As the 77 car now goes up the inside of Dvorak, is that going to work out for him?
Ooh, it's close again. Now remember, they came in contact in the last lap on this corner, so they're giving each other a... Oh!
Massive lag.
Oh dear.
Holy mother of God. I thought he was headed straight for the wall there.
That's the last thing you want to see when you're behind a car, something like that happening, and then they appear in front of you again.
Yeah, so the last thing you want to see when you're ahead of a car, to see them do that in your rear view mirror is scary, because you know that if that happens when you're the car directly ahead of them, that you are going to get wiped out.
Absolutely. Is Ollie sounding a bit louder now? Does he need turned up? I'm going to take a drink break. It's better? Okay, awesome. I'm going to let Ollie introduce himself, because unfortunately I didn't get a chance to do that before. And then I'll be back in a second, so I'm handing you over to Ollie.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. Hello, everyone at TOGA. My name's Ollie, obviously. I've joined the commentary team in the last week or so. I've been part of the community for about 6 months now, watching a lot of the racing, but not taking part much. But I was watching the Spa 24-hour stream and realised they were light on commentators, so stood in for a couple of hours. As here we go, the 77 Aston Martin, he goes to the outside towards turn 1. Dvorak is going to try and defend that position against Hood. Is he going to keep that? Yes, he is. The 77 Aston Martin getting a little bit squiggly, but has he now got the run through turn 2 and turn 3? As you can see, taking a slightly wider entry into turn 3 to try and get that position. He runs wide on exit as well. I don't think he is going to get that move done this time around. No, he doesn't. So yeah, I filled in for a couple of hours during the Spa 24-hour stream just to try and help out. And now I'm going to be doing more and more commentary here with you guys, which is going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully, it'll be. We'll see some good racing, as we already are. Already seeing some brilliant racing here. That's bit of a cut track there from Hood, from Dvorak even, and just up ahead we've got a battle with the Rover. Oh, here we go. Down the inside goes Garquil on the 29 BMW of Sweet. That's Hayden, of course.
Hayden, yep.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Hayden started second and is now, he fell down to 10th and is back up to 8th now. So, yeah, so Davida, a big welcome to Ollie. Awesome, thank you so much for the love. Ollie is an awesome commentator. Listen to some of his commentating on the 24-hour. He's obviously more experienced than I am, so really looking forward to working with him. So this battle is just...
What a move up the inside. That was really, really beautiful.
Brave as well. Very.
Yeah, absolutely. If I was... Yeah, it's always a bit of a gamble whether you're going to get left space at that final corner, because hugging the apex is by far the fastest way through that corner.
Yep.
So it's always a bit 50-50 if you're going to get left room, but thankfully Hayden, the sensible man that we know he is, left the room there for that battle to be possible.
And it's all about getting the drive out that last corner, because you've got such a long straight that, you know, if you get a little drive out the corner, you've got so much straight to play with that you might actually gain some time, overtake a car or get away from someone that's behind you as well.
Yeah. Absolutely, and I mean the slipstream is massive off of these cars, especially off of the BMW, because it is so tall. The slipstream that you get off of that BMW is insane, especially if you're in one of the lower riding cars like a McLaren or a Ferrari. That's an interesting line from the 227. The 77 doesn't get a run at him, I don't think. And in the background, Pateron in the 403 BMW went off in avoidance, anticipating something was going to happen when it didn't.
So this is the battle we have at the moment for P8. Hayden has unfortunately fallen back from that the Gruel BMW and has now got a mirror full of Ferrari. And we've also got Stephen Hood and Aston Martin right behind him as well. I was just saying earlier on, Ollie, that Stephen had said in the chat that he's got new pedals that he's not comfortable with at the moment. So I don't know if he's switched back to his V3 pedals or he's using his new ones. Yeah,
I saw about that earlier on, and it's always difficult when you get new equipment. It can take a good few hours in the sim to get used to it again. As here we go, Stephen has got that drive out the final corner. He's got the slipstream. Does he force it to the inside? No, it's going to go to the outside this time. Last time that didn't work for him. We'll see if it does this time. He is further alongside. Is he later on the brakes than the Ferrari? Not quite. Is he able to set it up for the switch back through 2? Doesn't look like it this time, unfortunately. Although he's now got the inside
yep.
for 3.
Oh, Ferrari having to come off the power there, which is going to allow Hood just to drive past. And who's got the inside line for the next corner
turn
as well?
4,
yep.
Stephen keeps that inside line. And, yeah, I think he just... Oh,
he's
as Hayden went off.
Hayden's went off as well. Did that put Stephen Hood off? Seen Hayden going off?
Oh, and they're contacting the background with Pateron as well.
Dear.
Hayden taking a beating in this race.
He is, he's not got any luck in this race, that's for sure.
No, absolutely. That's going to have caused a little bit of side damage, I would expect. It looked like a relatively hefty whack.
Yep.
And as we know, every point of downforce is so vital in these cars. If you are slower through the corners, you are going to get eaten alive.
Absolutely.
Because of how vital the downforce is in these beautiful GT3 spec machines.
Absolutely. Vorak.
Hayden.
Sorry,
no, go on, you go.
I'm just going to say there, Vorak better on the brakes there, so I don't know if Stephen is on his new pedals and he's just not quite finding that sweet spot on the pedals yet, but on acceleration he's certainly managing to keep ahead at the moment.
Yeah, although the Ferrari is generally a little bit stronger on the brakes than the Aston is on the whole, so that doesn't necessarily surprise me that Vorak is a little bit better on the brakes, although of course it could possibly be Stephen's equipment as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
That Ferrari is known for being relatively good on the brakes. Even though it is the old one, the 488, it is still good on the brakes.
Yeah.
As well as being incredibly quick through the corners. The Ferrari is it's probably one of the better cars you can drive, whether it's the 488 or the new 296 model.
Yep.
They're both very, very strong GT3 cars.
Absolutely, and obviously the 296 has got dual traction control as well, whereas the 488 only has a singular one, so the 296 is maybe even more suited to beginners or people with just starting sim racing, whereas if you make a mistake it's a bit more forgiving than the 488 is.
Yeah, absolutely, and that dual traction control would really help at a track like this. Barcelona is so difficult on acceleration. There's so much on camber, off camber, so many acceleration zones where you're coming out and you're in a high rev already, so coming out and accelerating really pushes those rear tyres.
Yep.
So having that dual traction control would really help around here if he was in that 296 car. Yeah, Dvorak is strong on the brakes, but I think he's pushing too hard to try and keep up with Stephen here.
Yeah.
He's making a couple of mistakes, missing some apexes.
Absolutely, and we've got Tippy Boss who's only 0.2 of a second behind Williams at the moment. Two Ferraris fighting it out. I noticed that Williams in the chicane there was a little bit clumsy with the sausage curb, so I don't know, Tippy will be eyeing up to see where he is making mistakes and where he can take advantage of that.
Yeah, absolutely. And with how heavy some of the braking zones are around here, I mean, obviously turn 1 is a massive braking zone, so's turn 10, the hairpin,
Yep.
is a massive braking zone as well. And that means that if you can really sit in the mirror of the car in front, you don't even have to go for a move, you just have to make them think that you're going for a move, and it can really play those psychological games. And if they brake just 5 meters later than they did the lap before, then suddenly you've got yourself an opening, and that can be a really important game to play, because it comes with very little risk for the overtaking driver, because they're not actually going for an overtake.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see if Boss does play that game, or if he's just gonna look for a natural way to get past.
Absolutely.
That 23 machine.
Yep. Certainly very close at the moment. I'm just looking. Owen is now 15 seconds ahead. Out in front, so I mean he's getting to the point where he could probably make a pit stop and still come out ahead of Ing in the Lamborghini at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's been from what I can see, it's been a very consistent drive from Owen out the front. It's been you know, his lap times are consistently very quick. He's fastest on track overall by a second if you look at everyone's best laps.
Yep.
I mean, it's incredible driving, and I mean, you know, the Ferrari, this is a relatively strong track for it, but still, it takes a lot to pull a 43.9 out of that Ferrari in race spec. It's that's a solid effort.
Yeah, absolutely. It's this is so close now for Stephen Hood. BMW going defensive. Oh, Stephen, don't do. Oh,
That was, that was like
yeah.
a Hungary moment back in the early thousands. That was mental. Schumacher squeezing. Who was it? Oh man, I can never remember the drivers that remember. It was Barrichello, wasn't it? Right to the wall.
Yeah, I think so. That's right. Given absolutely no room at all.
As
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about you, Ollie. If I was Stephen, I mean, it's easy for us to sit here and commentate and things, but seeing the BMW going as far over, maybe just then pulling left on the jink and then leaving them where they are, rather than trying to drive your way down a gap.
I think it's difficult because I think there's a fine line between. I think it's difficult because from our point of view, I think it was one consistent move from the BMW. He didn't straighten up and then go and then continue moving to the right.
Yeah.
If he'd straightened up and then continued to move to the right, that would have been reactionary blocking, and probably would have been penalised. But it was one consistent move, so yeah, I think Stephen probably should have thought about going to the outside. He made it work with the Ferrari just a couple of laps ago. Although this time he's a lot closer. Yeah, we'll see if the '98 Rover machine continues to get that heavy defence on early in the straight.
And it's interesting, you heard Stephen doing
saying that, more importantly, up at the front, that overtake for P4 has been made. Yep. Williams falls down to P5. Round the outside from Boss into turn 1. That's a brave move to make. But yeah, very, very nicely done, I must say, from the two Ferrari drivers. They're battling really, really cleanly at the moment, which is always nice to see.
Nice toe down the straight there.
Is Hood going to go for the move this time to the outside of turn 1? Looks like he's found a bit of confidence on those new pedals. Oh, as he gets forced wide by the Rover BMW there. I think there was some contact there. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, there definitely was some contact. Yeah. Looking at the replay, with that rear right corner of the of Stephen's Aston Martin.
Yeah, I noticed when Stephen was coming up to the right-hander into the chicane at the end of the lap that he was upshifting early. So I don't know if he's just trying to control that traction control a little bit. And try and get a better drive out of the corner.
Yeah, that's a possibility. Moving up the grid again, we've got a fight now coming for P2 overall. The McLaren of Fernando, the number 32 machine, chasing down Ing in the Lamborghini. I believe that is the. I believe that's the new. Is that the new Evo 2 version of the Lambo?
Yeah, I think it is.
I think it must be. Yeah, you wouldn't use the old one anymore. No. It's horrific. It's a bad car to drive.
I mean, there's 2 or 3 battles. In fact, 4 battles going on at the moment. That it's so exciting to see all these drivers battling so hard. Knowing that it's 45 minutes, whatever country you're in at the moment, if it's the UK or otherwise, it's melting. 45 minutes of wheel-to-wheel, door-to-door racing, and it's melting in your sim rig. It's just not a comfortable place.
It is hot at the moment, and ACC is such a physical game as well. Yep. These GT3s move around so much. So controlling them is really hard, especially when it is just so hot in the UK at the moment. I mean, we're all feeling the effects of it for sure.
Absolutely. Now, is the McLaren going to make a move? No, just staying close enough to the bumper to cause some issues. And again, very, very clean driving from both of them at the moment. Better on the brakes going into the corner there. Now, can you get the drive out? Yeah, it looks like the kind of status quo at the moment, but McLaren taking a tighter line there, and you can obviously see how he's managed to close up. This is obviously going to be the best place in the track to try and overtake.
Yeah, especially in that McLaren, riding so close to the ground, it does have one of the better top speeds out of all of these GT3 cars.
Yeah.
But it also means he can't commit quite as much to the curbing, so it'll be interesting to see as we come down to turn 1. Is he going to go for the move on the brakes? He brakes very late.
Yeah.
No contact made.
Nope.
Just letting the Lamborghini know that he's there.
And Ing seems to be coping with the pressure well at the moment. You're not seeing any lockups or oversteer moments and things like that. So
yeah, absolutely. He's just sticking to what he needs to do. He knows that Fernando isn't going to do anything stupid.
no,
Fernando's going to brake when he needs to brake, you know,
Yeah.
and I think Ing is confident that there's not going to be any contact unnecessarily.
absolutely.
So for now, he can just continue to drive his race. If Fernando decides to go for a move, then I'm sure Ing will leave the room as necessary.
Yep, absolutely. And this is a great thing about TOGA Motorsport. It's a community and community racing, but you don't have any negativity going on in the Discord after a race. You know, the stewards will deal with what they need to deal with. You can appeal things. You can always put a ticket in if you feel that there was something the stewards should look at. But the drivers respect, you know, the decisions. They respect the fact that, you know, wherever I end up, that's it. And you don't have all the negativity you have in some other racing communities where, you know, people are just calling out for the sake of calling out. So this is amazing to see.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and it can be really difficult sometimes if you feel that you've really been done wrong by someone. It can be really difficult to hold your tongue.
Oh, absolutely.
Because, you know, when you feel that you've had a brilliant race and then you feel like someone's made a stupid mistake, it's very hard not to say something. But overall, yeah, the lads do really, really well.
Yeah.
Kind of just, you know, not saying anything, just submitting it to the stewards, let the stewards sort it out. Yeah, it's everyone's very well behaved compared to other communities, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. But look how close now. If he can keep that close coming in out of the last corner, this is really going to set him up well on the run down to T1.
Yeah, although it's interesting because it appears that McLaren doesn't quite have the legs in a straight line on that Lamborghini that I thought it would.
Yeah.
Possibly a slight variation in setup for the two of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Obviously running different cars, you'd expect.
Sorry to interrupt. That's
on the grass. Come on, lads.
I mean, there was no need for that.
That's poor from Stephen.
Far too well. I don't know how much Stephen was to blame, because if you look, absolutely pushes him onto.
Absolutely. No, yeah, I see what you mean. Actually, having rewound it,
there was no
Stephen was alongside.
Yeah, that was absolutely naughty. So it was, and unfortunately, it's cost him. But yeah, you can't push a car onto the grass and give him absolutely no room. That's not on. So. And now, I mean, how much damage is on that BMW? And
it's a pretty hefty amount of damage. Yeah. That front hood is lifted up for sure. Yeah, that.
Oh, contact again! Oh my goodness! Within the space of what, 5 corners? That's
what's happened there? Down into turn 4.
Yeah, Bateglin
and Dvorak have come together, have they?
Yeah, there was very close, but it was contact right on the apex. Both cars end up coming off the track, but I think Bateglin ended up with more damage than anyone else, and that might play.
I'm having a little look at it now.
Yeah.
I see what's happened. So Dvorak has gone off the track coming out of turn 3. Bateglin is committed to the outside for turn 4, and then Dvorak has cut all the way across the braking zone to go onto that outside racing line. And Bateglin has had no choice but to get off of the brakes and go to the inside, and that is when the contact has occurred.
Yep, absolutely. We see in P3 at the moment, Fernando's quite close to Ing now. Fernando is leading the championship at the moment. And Owen really would prefer Fernando to have double figures beside his name rather than fighting for P2. So this could play well into Fernando's hands for the championship.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, every point matters, and I think Fernando's very conscious of that.
Yeah.
So I doubt we're going to see a move from Fernando unless it is 100% on.
Absolutely.
He would rather come home P3 and take those points rather than go for a move on P2 that isn't there and end up with you know, down the order.
Absolutely.
Having not scored any points.
And it's a mature drive to do that, because a lot of some racers will have a rush of blood to the head, adrenaline's going. There's maybe something going on in the back of the mind, and then all of a sudden, before you know it, both cars are off, or you end up with so much damage. I mean, Fernando has been so consistent. He's had 2 second place finishes in the first 2 races, so that shows his consistency as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the big thing for Fernando, and you're right, it is a maturity thing. It's very difficult to restrain yourself from going for a move because you always want more points. You know, there's no sim racer that's going to deny that.
Absolutely. Yep.
But sometimes you've just got to be more rational about it, and recognise that actually what you need to do is secure the points that you've got.
Yep. Absolutely. I think of the long game rather than the small battle that you have for tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what it is. It's thinking about the big picture. And for Fernando right now, that's winning the championship, and he's not going to do that if he makes a silly move. Here we go, Pateron, Dvorak, round 2.
Yep.
Onto the main straight they go.
Ferrari already going defensive on that, but I think with the amount of damage that Bataclan's got, surely that's really going to be affecting the aero on the car.
Yeah, it does look like it's affecting that straight line speed a little bit.
Yep.
I don't think the damage was too bad for Pateron, in all fairness. It might just be a little bit on that front right corner.
Yep.
But other than that, I don't think it'll be too bad compared to Dvorak, who does have quite a lot of front end. If you look at the front end of that Ferrari, it is a little bit scratched up already.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there's a possibility that actually Pateron has got less of the damage overall out of those 2 cars. Let's have a look. Coming back down to turn 4 again. Dvorak sticks on that inside line this time rather than cutting across.
Lesson learned from last lap, I think, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully so. Hopefully so. Yeah, we'll stay with this. It is the closest battle on track at the moment. I'm going to keep my eye on the gap at the front with Fernando and Ing, so that we can move away to that if it starts getting feisty up there as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And the BMW is gaining slightly, but it's still a long shot from here for the braking because it's right close up under that wing, and that's what's going to give you the opportunity if something goes. Oh, looked like a little bit too much curb there in the power and a bit of oversteer, but it looks like he's coming back. He's not forgiving up here. So close to the back end. Oh, almost contact.
God, I thought he was going to send it into the chicane there. He doesn't. He's sensible about it.
Yeah, he's close enough to be aggressive without being overly aggressive. There's a very fine line, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. That gap is about the same as it was last time they came down this main straight.
Yep.
0.4 of a second exiting the final corner. Interestingly, Pateron doesn't move over to stay in that toe.
Yeah.
Not immediately anyway. He did eventually, but normally it's pretty instantaneous. So I think he's just taking his time at the moment.
Yep.
I think after what happened last time, he's probably looking for something that's a little bit more of a secure move.
Yeah, a safer one. Oh!
I wouldn't say that was 100%. There we go. I think he might have the inside for turn 4.
There we go.
Does he get it done? There's a little bit of contact, but he was on the inside. I think that was just a little bit of rubbing.
More of a racing incident than anything else, but that's Pateron up to P8 now.
Yeah, that was brave. That was brave from Pateron. I really wasn't expecting him to cut back through turn 3, but he made it work. A really, really nice move in all fairness from him. A little bit of contact, but hey, it's GT3 racing. What are you going to do?
Exactly. Both suffered a lot of oversteer coming out of the turn onto the short straight and managed not to collect each other. So again, good car control from them both.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be interesting to see what Dvorak does now as Pateron goes really deep at the hairpin. And this is what he doesn't need. He really needs to pull away from Dvorak, but those mistakes are going to cost him.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all about trying to stay smooth, throttle control properly. You don't want to smash that throttle too hard. You need to make sure your braking's on point as well, and it's all about trying to keep your mind from going 1,000 miles an hour down to like 5 miles an hour and just keeping control. But it looks like he's got the legs on the straight now. Can he just pull away? And he's 12 seconds behind Stephen Hood, who's in P7 now, so he's got a bit of clear track in front of him.
Yeah, a little bit of clear track. Just widen up that gap a bit. I mean, it's already widening up. I think, that Ferrari does have quite a lot of damage, actually, looking at the front and side, especially this left-hand side.
Yep, absolutely.
And leader is on the final lap, so that means that these guys have one more full lap to go.
Yep.
And so do Ing and Fernando. So if Fernando wants to make this move, it's going to have to be soon.
And very, very soon. I mean, this.
Well, it's essentially going to have to be. It's either going to have to be at turn 1 or turn 10 on this lap.
Yep. And at the moment, he's too far away. That Lamborghini's just keeping a stride ahead of him.
Yeah, absolutely. Another battle we've got going on could be for P5, as Priadko has really taken down that gap to Williams.
Oh, and Williams going wide onto the kitty litter there as well, so that's going to cost him all the way down this start-finish straight now. Yeah,
absolutely. We've got a lot of battles to keep our eye on. Fernando is very close, coming towards turn 4.
Oh, that is so close. That is...
Down the hill to turn 5. I think we might see a move towards turn 10 here.
Yeah, I think so. He's certainly very close to that Lamborghini now.
Priadko's incredibly close to the back of Williams as well. AMG versus Ferrari.
Better line out for Fernando out the chicane there. Oh, he is close onto this straight now. Can he? It looks like Lambo's got the power down earlier, so he's not getting quite enough. He's just showing himself in the mirrors again, just hoping to distract. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, your winner of the 3rd round of the Backwards Championship, Owen Cripps, in his new paint job for the Ferrari. I think Fernando's just accepted maybe P3's good enough.
Oh, Priad goes through. Williams goes deep at the hairpin.
Oh.
Turn 10, he went really deep. He was on that inside line. I think he might have just missed his braking marker a little bit. Priadko broke a little bit early and cut back through the apex. In fact, Williams looks very slow. What's going on there? Is he maybe... is he running a little bit low on fuel, maybe?
Is he? Has he ran out of fuel?
Because he's moving very slowly.
Yeah, he's now got Ari Fasttail behind him. No, it looks like
he's made it to the line. Yep. But that was interesting.
So here's a battle away down for 11th place. Lim against Longer Name. 2 McLarens, so this is looking really good at the moment.
Much better exit for Longer Name there.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've just seen that in-game message.
No, I didn't know.
Garrel saying that Stephen Hood was dangerous.
Oh, right, okay. See, yeah. Do you know what? See, I know you are all hepped up after the race and things and disappointed. No, really won.
That was almost a punt into the final few corners there.
He really had to pull out of that, so he did, but sensible driving to do that. So it looks like Lim is going to take 11th place, but yeah, if you're driving in these competitions, the in-game chat is not where you vent how you feel. Take 20 minutes after the race, calm yourself down, have a think about it, and then speak to the stewards or put your ticket in. But it's not going to help anybody by doing things like that. So absolutely, what a race from Owen. Fought his way up through the pack within a few laps. Very careful, very concise, almost just assassin-like, and just rode away into the distance. And I did call it at the start of the race. As I say, I have raced against Owen. I've been coached by Owen. I know how fast he is. He, yeah, if I said alien, I'm not lying. He is very good. So a huge congratulations to him. Congratulations. Let's just run through the top 10. Do you want to run through the top 10, Ollie?
Yeah, absolutely, I will. So coming in first place is Owen Cripps in the number 72 machine. A brilliant race from him. He absolutely dominated realistically. He was the fastest driver on track by a long way. Finished 24 seconds ahead of the next car, which was Ing, the 126 Lamborghini. A brilliant race from him. A close battle with Fernando in the 32 McLaren towards the end of that race, but he did manage to hold Fernando off at the end. Then we've got Boss in fourth, I believe. Oh, have I missed something? No, here we are. Yeah, Boss in fourth, 16 seconds further back in the number 3 Ferrari. And Priadko on that final lap, getting past Williams to come home 5th and 6th respectively in the number 1 AMG and the number 23 Ferrari. Then Stephen Hood in the 777 Aston Martin. He had a little bit of a tough race for him. A couple of times where there was a little bit of contact for him, as was the same for Pateron in the 403 BMW, who comes home in P8. Dvorak in the 227 Ferrari, he was in the wars a little bit this race. He comes home in P9, so he is still going to score some points. And Hayden comes home in P10 in the number 29 BMW. Then outside the points, outside of that top 10, we've got Lim in the number 19 McLaren and Longaname in the number 13 McLaren. Those guys fighting over the last couple of laps, but nothing going for either of those, unfortunately. Then Fastale in the number 17 Aston Martin finishes a lap down on the leader, and then not finishing the race, unfortunately, is Gabriel in the 98 BMW after that contact with Stephen, and Voronen in the 222 Ferrari, who, by the looks of things, was out on just lap 3 of the race. Unfortunate for him.
Yeah, it really is. We have our first driver to interview, and it is the big boss man. So let's show some love in the chat for the boss man. You had a bit of a race today, didn't you, Hayden?
You can say that again. That was that was extremely difficult. Extremely difficult. My pace at Barcelona is shocking, to say the very least. So when I was on P2 on the grid, I was like, I wonder how many laps it's going to be before I'm absolutely overtaken by the whole grid.
Absolutely. Do you think it was a setup issue in the car?
Yes and no. I think partly set up, but mostly just me driving like an idiot. But I'll say Barcelona is not my favourite track by all means. I'm struggling with. I don't want to make excuses. No, I'm not going to make any excuses. I finished where I was. My rank or my skill level is where I finished. So, yeah, big congrats to Owen, by the way. He absolutely smashed it tonight.
What a race he had. He's such a clean race, and he picked his battles rather than a more maybe immature driver that would just go for a half chance. He just waited behind cars and seen the opportunities.
Exactly.
I have to say, your livery is looking amazing.
Big shout out to Dragon Liveries or Ari, 100%. He's absolutely smashed it. Mine and Owen's look insane. I know he's done tippies as well, and he's got a few people in Discord that have also asked for a livery. So Ari has done a massive job on this livery.
Absolutely.
Brand new Beamer for me as well. I'm literally racing the BMW for like the 3rd or 4th time. So I fancied a change and I picked the BMW, and this is my result, basically.
Well, I know, but for me personally, it takes me between 50 and 100 laps of any track to get used to a car. So for the fact that you haven't driven that car very often and you're racing with very competitive drivers, hold your head up. That's good going. So it is. And some of the issues weren't particularly your fault. You know, there's been a few clashes on the track. For that, how are you feeling about the next round? Are you feeling any more confident?
I think so. I think anything other than Barcelona, I think right now is probably fine. Where are we at next week? We're at Zolder next week, so that's one of my favourite tracks.
Brilliant track. I love Zolder so much.
So I'm really hoping that actually I can do some decent lap times at Zolder. I think I'm going to put the practice server live now and start practicing for next week.
And just have no sleep for a whole week.
Yeah, exactly that. But yeah, no, it was really good fun. I think if I hit somebody on turn 3, I think it was. I'm not sure if that was an unsafe rejoin. I don't know. It just happened. So I do apologise to that driver I made contact with on track. It was not intentional at all. I just literally tried to look at my mirror a split second, and the next thing I know, I've hit into the side of him, I think. So apologies to that driver.
I think the stewards are going to have a lot more to be looking at than that, to be fair. There's been quite a few kind of looking away kind of moments that
some suspect driving, so to speak. I just wanted to give the opportunity. I know hopefully I don't want to keep you guys too much longer. I know there's other people in the waiting room that want to chat. I'll be quick. Just want to say big thank you to both of you. I listened to the commentary the whole entire race in the background, and what you guys have done is amazing. So thank you very much from us at TOGA. I want to just say that before anything else.
No, thank you very much. Thank you for the opportunity.
Honestly, it makes my Drury voice sound a lot better. So thank you very much.
See, at the end of the day, though, as I said before, you were spinning so many plates and juggling so many hats at the same time. At least now you have the opportunity to focus on the bigger picture rather than having to worry about the smaller things. So
and also I can race even better.
Exactly.
So it's a win-win for everybody.
Absolutely.
Well, not for me, but
I believe
after today's race, I don't know if calling it a win is accurate.
Exactly. Yeah.
I believe you can get coaching or something on the Discord.
Oh, I might have to tap Owen up. No, I can't have another staff member teaching me how to race. I might have to be fair. No, thank you much again. Appreciate it. No, everyone in the chat, thank you very much, and I do appreciate it. I'll shut up now and I'll let the race winner come and have his 5 minutes of fame. He deserves it.
No problem. Thank you very much, Hayden.
No, thank you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Right, we're going to have our race winner. Ollie, do you want to do the honours on this one? And I'll keep quiet in the background.
Yeah, absolutely. Welcoming Owen to the... there he is. Welcoming Owen to the box. It's P1 for him in what was, I mean, let's face it, a pretty dominant race.
Yeah. 25 seconds, I think I counted it as
24.3 officially was the finishing gap.
I'm due a penalty, but let's put it that way. At the start of the race, I messed up in turn 1. I don't think it was a bad collision, but I'm definitely going to get one.
Did you commit a little bit of murderism?
Well, it wasn't murderism. It was more there was a gap in front of me, and then there wasn't a gap in front of me, and I kind of squeezed between 2 cars. And it wasn't particularly fair, but that was pretty much the only collision. Every other overtake was pretty much textbook of just stick behind their bottom and then just go flying past them on the inside. But I am due that. It was at the very, very start. So I'm expecting maybe 10, at most 15. And if that's the case, being 23 ahead, it won't matter, hopefully. But,
yeah, absolutely.
You would say.
I mean, the pace was incredible today. You set the fastest lap by over a second, and regularly, and you were regularly lapping between 0.8 and a second and a half faster than anyone else on track. So,
blimey, wow, that's insane.
Really came together for you today. Is this a particularly strong track for you, or did you just have a very good setup? Or
well, I've done countless hours at Barcelona. The Ferrari's always been one of my favourite cars at Barcelona, so putting the two together, it was just a no-brainer really. And the amount of time I've spent on the setup and spent doing what I've done on there, I'm not surprised at the times that I was getting. But the guys behind them, I don't know what happened. I don't know if their tyres went off or so forth, but I expected somebody to be following me pretty closely. But it just didn't seem to be the case, I don't think.
I think mostly it was just because there was a lot of battling up and down the field. So people wore those tyres out really, really quickly. As we know, battling, especially at a track like Barcelona with so many corners, battling really takes the life out of your tyres very quickly.
Oh, yeah. I mean, anything in Barcelona kills your tyres. There was a few hairy moments that I had during one of the laps, and I had to slow it right down. My rear left tyre was melting to the point where it was basically near enough orange on my display. And I had to slow it down, otherwise I was going to lose it. And there was 3 episodes during the race that may have not looked it or may have not been seen, where I had to correct the steering wheel so quickly not to spin out. So yeah, that was quite a fun moment. So it wasn't all 100% plain sailing and just go and off you go, but there was a few moments. But for the most part, I think getting past people was pretty clean, so I was happy with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Overall, it was a really good race for you. Are you looking forward to the next round at Zolder? Is that another particularly strong track for you, or is it maybe not one of your favourites?
I hate Zolder.
I can't believe you've said that.
I hate Zolder.
That's like racing sin. You understand that? Zolder is my baby. I love Zolder.
I'm not particularly good, I don't think, at Zolder. I don't even know what my fastest time there is. I can always check very, very quickly. But I've always struggled with Zolder and Zambor. It's always the Z's. It's like
The
the last
Zs, yeah,
track
getting
of
you.
Yeah, so where is it? Zolder, yeah. So Zolder, my fastest lap right now. I haven't done many hours there. It's probably half my issue. Is a 28.7, and that's again in the Ferrari. But I've only done 0.7 hours in the Ferrari there.
0.7 hours. That is
not a lot.
That's not a lot, no. Right. Well, maybe go and get some practice in. Hayden's going to start practicing now as well because it's one of his favourite tracks. So go and hop in with Hayden, and hopefully next weekend we'll bring a similar result to the one that you've had this evening as well.
Yes, thank you very much, guys, and awesome stream as always. So fantastic to see both of you here at the same time for once.
Thank you. Congratulations again. I just want to ask one question. What Netflix series were you watching when you were going around the track?
It's not really a Netflix fan. I'm more of a Amazon, and it's always Clarkson's Farm.
Well. So
absolutely, what a choice! What a choice!
I must have laughed a few times. That's why you see the lap time slowing down because I was watching the TV. It's just wasn't helpful, was it?
No, congratulations again. Well deserved, Owen.
Thank you very much. Take care, guys.
See you later. Bye.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Have a good one, mate. In a bit.
Right, okay, we've got two more drivers, and we're going to speak to Airy next, and Tippy Boss is going to be up next. So, good evening, Airy.
Hello.
Is it Airy or Ari? I've asked so many questions about this, and I keep always getting it wrong.
Airy.
Airy.
Hi.
Hi. Okay, how do you feel about the race tonight?
It is far from a real amazing performance from me.
Mm-hmm.
Lap 2 I ended up killing a guy, waited for him to get going again before I continued with my race, and then I was up in contention making some overtakes, but then I got taken out and my tires were dead, so I felt, well, I have no choice but to pit, or else I'm just going to end up being a hazard to other drivers.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was, unfortunately, the way we were watching the race at the time, we seen it, but that's what I said. It was good race etiquette that you've stopped to let the driver to get himself sorted and go again. So, from that point of view, every race you've raced, and certainly every race that I've seen you in, you've always been trying hard, but you've never been a full send kind of guy into a corner, or if there's a half chance, you're not the person to go lunging down the inside. So I think sometimes your luck just isn't with you, but I think that's going to change. Is that how you feel? That you kind of got a little bit of bad luck as well?
Sometimes I do have bad luck. Sometimes it's just not my day.
Yeah.
I think today was kind of more of a matter of bad luck, because once I was able to situate myself and get going, I was setting laps faster than the Mercedes finishing P5 today.
Yep. Yeah, it was, and I have to say, despite how you feel at the moment, your liveries are looking amazing. Hayden's BMW just looks out of this world. The way you've done it, so I just want to say a huge congratulations for all the liveries that you've been doing recently.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
So we're going to Zolder next, obviously. How are you feeling about Zolder with Aston?
Well, I feel like if my pace at Zolder in the Aston is actually pretty decent, but
Good.
To me at Zolder, it's a question of, am I going to get lucky? Am I going to have a good race? I feel in part of how I'm feeling that day, as well as how other drivers are, because sometimes you end up killing someone, and other times you get killed, and sometimes it's just a part of racing. Yeah,
absolutely. And the thing is, you keep turning up to every race. At some point, it's all going to click. So it is, just speaking from my own experience of having loads of kind of luck where you feel as if, do I really even want to race? Because I feel as if I know how this is going to end. But no, Ollie, have you got any questions for Airy?
Not particularly, no. I think you've pretty much summed up everything I was going to say. I just wanted to wish him. Good luck moving into Zolder next week. Getting that heifer of an Aston Martin around those chicanes is going to be a tricky job.
Absolutely.
I agree. Yeah, the Aston hasn't been as good of a car as it used to be. I mean, Kunos lately has been killing it, which to me is really disappointing because it's the car I love to drive.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know, whether you know, they change things. Obviously, bops change from update to update, so we can only hope that it might level things off. I mean, certainly Stephen Hood, who was also racing Aston, was doing pretty well also. So yeah, I mean, it's not a back of the pack kind of car. It just needs a little tweak, I think.
Yeah, I just have to get a perfect setup and be able to apply that setup and get the car going. If I'm gonna have any success with it, I need a decent enough setup.
Yeah.
And with that comes a lot of tweaking.
And do you start from scratch with a setup, or do you have like a purchase setup or setup someone sent you, and then it's a case you just kind of minor tweaks with that setup?
So I'm currently using the GO setups.
Okay.
And yeah, I always have to tweak them because they almost never fit how I drive. A lot of times I'll find myself adjusting, okay, the mechanical grip is far too tight. I'm gonna need to loosen that.
Yep. Yeah, it's
and like things, and then also things such as the car's camber, I always have to adjust that too, because just to kind of loosen the setup a bit.
Yeah.
And a lot of times Owen will also help me, and congrats to Owen today for finishing first.
Yeah, it was absolutely amazing what a drive he had. Okay, Airy, thank you very much. We'll move on to Tippy Boss before we end, but go and get yourself some rest now.
Alright, thank you.
No problem, take care. Okay, I'm going to bring Tippy Boss in now, and I'll let Ollie handle the chat this time.
Yeah, absolutely. Welcome up to the comms box, Tippy Boss. That was a really solid race from you. I believe, was it P4 in the end? I think it was P4.
Yeah,
P4 at the end. Very nice race for you. Did you feel that it went well? Was there anything you think you could have possibly improved, or?
Well, it went way better than last week. The setup I had for the car this week was amazing. Yeah, and it just played out nice throughout the race for me. So, yeah, did really well.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I think when I joined, you were already in a pocket of clean air and kind of just stayed there for the whole race. But was there any battles you had at the start?
Yeah, I got past, I don't know, 2 or 3 cars, I think. Yeah, I had a good race. Yeah, some good battling going on. I was stuck in 5th place for a while. Managed to get up behind the guy in 4th place. I can't think of his name now.
Williams, I believe it was at the time. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was difficult to get past, but in the end, yeah, I think he was struggling a little bit. Also I was struggling, you know, towards the end of the race there. But yeah, did all right. Played out nice. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Would you say that Barcelona is one of your stronger tracks, or were you not expecting this?
In the past, it took me a long time to get used to Barcelona, and slowly but surely, you know, I'm getting quicker and quicker each time I go on there. I say in the qualies, I did a 1:44.6, and then today I practiced and did a bit more, and I gained 3 tenths. You know, so getting quicker. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And looking forward to next week, we are at the brilliant Belgium track Zolder. would you say that's one of your personal favourites, or is it one where you're expecting to be a little bit off the pace, maybe?
I absolutely love Zolder. I can't wait for it.
Wonderful. That is the correct answer. Zolder is one of my personal favourites, so hearing other people say that they love it is always brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, absolutely. Good luck for next week. Does Mac, do you have any questions to ask?
I just want to say huge congratulations, Tippy. It was great seeing you so far up the standings tonight. I did try to avoid looking at your car most of the time because every other race I've looked at your car, something's happened to you. So
I know, yeah, I've had some bad luck in the past races, haven't I?
Bad juju from the commentator, but no, congratulations. As I said, I've raced against you and Owen before, and I know how quick you are. So yeah, well done, and I can't wait to see you out in Zolder next.
Yeah, I'll say, well, the past couple of weeks I've struggled a bit because I'm trying to get used to some new equipment that I acquired. So
right, good.
Did a bit of an upgrade from Frostmaster to Fanatec. So yeah, and I got a DD wheelbase now. So yeah,
brilliant.
It's been tough getting into it, but yeah.
A bit of an upgrade, he says.
Ford Fiesta to a Lamborghini, just a bit of an upgrade.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just a small one. I've gone from gamepad straight to SimuCube. It's just a small upgrade, though.
Oh man, no, it's great to see you up there, Tippy, and I hope to see you there again in Zolder, or maybe even in the top 3, maybe.
Yeah, well, hopefully.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Right,
You
okay.
never know.
Enjoy your night, Tippy, and take care.
And yourself. Cheers, Matt.
Cheers.
Cheers, Ollie. Nice one.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Tippy.
Wow, what a race. Yeah, how did you find the race tonight, Ollie?
Yeah, absolutely. It was really, really good for the bit that I was here for. I was here for about the last half an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So it appears that I missed quite a lot in that first 15 minutes, which is classic for GT racing. all action in the first half of the race, and then things tend to calm down a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had some brilliant clean racing this evening. We had, its fair share of GT3 moments, a little bit of bumping here and there, and that big crash coming down the main straight as well.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure the stewards are going to have a little investigation into. So it'll be interesting to see what the outcome of that is. But overall, it was some brilliant racing. I've really enjoyed it. Being here for the first time to see a full race has been really, really enjoyable.
Yeah, it's just been what TOGA is all about, close racing and majority of the time leaving each other enough room to get your car through or whatever it is. But yeah, I've enjoyed it, and I've enjoyed having you up in the commentary box. I want to thank everyone who has been chatting tonight. Sorry we haven't been able to get shouting out your messages quite as often as we would like. I'm sure you can understand the amount of stuff that's been going on in the track. It's difficult trying to do multiple things all at once. I'm so glad Ollie's here. He's a great addition to the commentary. We also have Julius, who I believe has just come onto the commentary team as well. He's just sorting out a microphone, and then we're going to have 3 commentators, so that's really going to give us a lot of breadth to do what we need to do to keep you guys occupied and amused. You can also become a member, so again, just very quickly, you can become a member, which will then give you access to any YouTube videos we upload 24 hours before they go live to the public. It's a little thank you from the TOGA family to you for doing that. It's a way of supporting the YouTube channel, it's a way to support the Discord, it's a way to support the racing for future as well, and you can super chat and do all the functions you can as a member as well. So please don't forget to subscribe, to like the videos, like the streams, and consider becoming a member as well. Discord link is in the description of all streams and all the videos. We'd love to see you there. I think we're at about 1,500 members at the moment in Discord, and growing every single day. On a side note, I did forget to say this. Myself and Ollie have kind of come up with a forfeit that if we can reach 2,000 subscribers on YouTube by the end of December. I don't know if Ollie signed up to this part of it, but
I'll do both.
you're doing
parts.
both, right? Okay, so we're both going to drive a 6-hour race solo. So basically, we're not going to have teammates, Ollie and me, in a car each, racing with the other people in the community. No toilet breaks, no nothing, just pure out and out misery for us. And if it's this hot, it's going to be even worse, but hopefully December will be a bit colder.
If you really want to double up on the misery, for just 2,500 followers, for 2,500 subscribers, we're going to do it in the Jag. I still don't know why we've done this to ourselves,
I don't know. Do you know what? You think it's a good idea at the time, then when you think about it, you go, what was I thinking? So you can give us double misery, 2,500 subscribers by the end of December. No multiple accounts. It has to be genuine accounts. So don't go creating loads of different YouTube accounts just to get the numbers up. Has to be genuine. 2,500. Ollie and myself will be crying in the corner in a fetal position after the 6 hours of driving the Jag. I've never driven the Jag. I just know how horrible it is. So
I've also never driven the Jag. I am. I don't think looking forward to it is the correct word. I think dreading it is pretty close to what I'm thinking. It's going to be it's going to be painful.
Yeah.
But you know, it's we've signed up to it now. It's too late. You've got it on recording. So
exactly, it's on here. It's on Discord. We went back out of it. It's a great opportunity to do something to us for a change, instead of us behind the microphone commentating on things. It'll be live streamed though, so don't worry, you'll be able to see all the misery and things like that. So yeah, get sharing with the videos, get sharing with the streams. If you've got Twitter, you've got Instagram, you've got TikTok, please tag us each and every time. It's always TOGA Motorsport, and get sharing. I just wanted to say, today I tweeted this morning about the race tonight, and the official YouTube channel Twitter account responded to it. Now I didn't tag them in it, so you know, 79 million followers on Twitter, and they seemed excited about our race. So it just shows you. So anything at all, tag us in it, and we'll be very happy. So I don't know about you, but I am a horrible sweaty mess, and I think I need to go and cool down somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been at work in a kitchen for the last 10 hours, so
oh my god,
having a cold shower is definitely the next thing on my bucket list.
Oh man. Right, okay, from myself and Ollie, thank you so much for love and support, all your comments, all the lurking, all of the likes and the subscribes. And until next time, take care. See you later. Bye.
Bye everyone. Have a good one.